Hello, Steve White 39. Well, the other day Jennifer Lawrence came out and made the most baffling, ridiculous statement. She actually said that she was the first female to lead an action series or action movie in Hollywood. And just the whole world collectively said, what the? And she just became a huge joke, and people have just been trashing her ever since. Now, she's responded to this. It originally in Variety, and it was an interview, Actors on Actors, with Viola Davis, who was just in The Woman King, which was a big female-led action film. And she said, and I was going to read through this, but I'm not going to read through this. Basically, what she says is that she was taken out of context, that she made a mistake, basically. She just meant to compliment Viola Davis on her role and just say how much she appreciated having sort of gotten past those blocks and roadblocks that were sort of put, in front of other women and that. But that's not what she said. She literally said she was the first that hadn't been done before her. And now I'm going to give her a bit of credit. Now, she totally lied in that response by saying, I was just taken out of context and I didn't mean to say that. That's a total lie. What she was saying, I think, was what was said at the time, probably, and that she was thinking of, was that the Hunger Games series was, I think, the first time a studio really got behind an action series starring a female, that they actually had planned a whole trilogy or a whole franchise or film series, and that they sort of got behind a female actress and was willing to support an action series that starred a female. I think that's what she was talking about, because I think it actually is, and she should get a bit of respect for being in that, and the studio should get a little bit of credit for actually doing that, because that was a first. She wasn't the first female to lead an action film or an action film series, but she was the first to be in one that was planned with some sort of confidence and faith and support. Whereas when you look at the other stars that kept getting brought up in relation to this, like Sigourney Weaver, Alien wasn't planned that way. She wasn't meant to be the star. She wasn't meant to be the hero, I mean. Basically, at some point someone said, wouldn't it really be interesting and surprise the audience if one of the females survived, not one of the men? So that's why she ended up being the hero. And it was never planned that way. They never planned a sequel. They never planned a series. They didn't sort of sit there and say, let's create a horror action series and have a female lead because we believe in, that didn't happen that way, which I think is how the Hunger Games sort of went. So I think that's what she meant. That's what she was referring to. She was referring to back from her memories from 10 years ago, hearing that sort of talk from people. And I think it's true. It's just she sort of misstated. What I don't understand is why she didn't explain that in her response, why she didn't just say, what I was referring to was the studio's support of, me in this whole franchise, and not just sort of making one film and not sort of expecting it to do well. Because I think some of the other films that have been made with female action films, they didn't really expect them to do very well, like Supergirl and Catwoman and so forth. And I mean, another example, Linda Hamilton, who's brought up, she was not an action hero in the first film. She became one in the second film, but they never planned a second film. That wasn't planned as a series around her. It just happened that way. And she wasn't even in the third film. So I'm trying to give Jennifer Lawrence a little bit of credit. I think she did actually misspeak, in that she sort of was referring to herself in just relation to an action film and other actresses in an action film, and what she should have meant, what she should have said, what I believe she meant was, a franchise, that they were willing to support a very big, expensive sort of blockbuster franchise and put a woman, in the lead. And that was something that hadn't been done before. So she gets a bit of credit for that. But I don't know why she lied in her response, why she lied in that interview and just said, I was taken out of context. Why? Because I guess it took me 4 minutes to explain that. And she knows no one's going to listen for that long. She needed a soundbite. She just said, I was taken out of context. I misspoke. I made a mistake, because boom, they're done. And that's all people are going to listen to. They're not going to go back, and if they haven't heard the interview, they're not going to go back and listen to it and see if she's actually telling the truth. They're just going to take the soundbite and run. So I guess that's why she did that. But I just sort of saw that and I thought that was fascinating and weird, and I wanted to comment on it because no one else has sort of said that or acknowledged that. They're all trashing her because of what she said in the first interview and not sort of looking at what she actually did and what perhaps she actually meant. And I don't particularly like her. I'm just saying. So I'm just defending her a little bit because, yeah, I think she did make a mistake. But yeah, why she didn't clear it up? Because people are still trashing her for the response, because it's as ridiculous as the original statement. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.